guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere.
I didn't do it right.
Beast!
I'm YouTube famous now.
I'm YouTube famous. Should we sing a song? Do you know the song?
Of course.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I know the song.
What would I do? Available in 2018. The album Dad AF. Do you know Stevie Nicks? Rock on, go dust woman. What's the song? Pick a song.
I don't know. I know like Cardi B.
Oh, okay.
I'm
We'll
the
sing a
worst.
Cardi B song. Thank you.
I don't dance now. I make money moves. Hey.
What were you just singing up there? I wish I was a little bit taller.
I wish I was a baller.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, this is actually not just she and I. We actually have a third person. Everybody wanted me to do a beauty influencer. Well, not do a beauty influencer, but everybody wanted me to also do a collab with a beauty influencer. So Nikita Dragon has decided to join us.
Thank you so much for being here, Nikita.
So if you
That's
guys
our queen. Oh my God, Nikita, girl, you are.
This is the weird. Okay, she's gonna have to go.
She's gonna have to go. She can't say.
So this is the weirdest start to any video I've ever done before. I apologize. This is Loey. Introduce yourself like you do in your video.
My name is, okay, so hello my loves. Welcome back to Peter's channel, or welcome to his channel. If you're new here, hello. My name is Loey. I'm having way too much fun with this. Wait, did I get the snap right? Or is it like,
did.
Is it, I feel
Well, you're going the other way, I think.
it's like, poof. See, it's like an art, and you're an artist.
This is not a serious video. Okay, we just filmed a video for her channel about body positivity that was like very serious.
Yeah, it was all about like, I've been dying to get like a man's perspective on body positivity for God knows how long, and then
And
like,
whenever somebody needs a man, they're always like, call me.
I'll call Peter. So yeah, I called Peter and he came over and we did that. But then he was like, so for my channel, we're gonna talk about ghosts.
We're gonna talk about ghosts. And we've really been standing in the kitchen for like ever, just like 2 hours like talking about shit. So it's been really fun. Okay, so ghosts.
Ghosts.
So if you guys don't know, Loey did not start her channel on ghosts.
Stuff.
If you watch her videos now, she does a lot of paranormal stuff. And I actually like started watching you when you had been doing the paranormal stuff.
That's so cool to me that like, I feel like so many of my viewers found me because of body positivity and then they transitioned into the paranormal. Like, so it's really cool that you found me like because of, like that was like the content that you liked.
Well,
you know?
You had just, because we were talking about this on the other video, that you said, I don't always want to be known as
like the fat girl in the room, as the big girl in the room, like,
And I said that's so interesting because I don't think of you that way. I think of you as like
the ghost girl.
Yeah, the ghost girl. She said, "What should I don't have a name for my people," and I was like, "Duh, the Ghostbuster."
Oh my God, I love that.
Beast girl.
I'm gonna make merch and get sued for it.
I mean, your friend Andrew has merch. And
I know, he's an icon.
Everybody has merch.
I don't have merch. Like that's not cool.
Okay, I've learned one thing about. I have to take my shoes off.
I love this.
Well, maybe I should put it back on because I don't know. I've been standing here in my shoes for a long time, so you might stink. But let me just tell you that Loey and her roommate know every YouTuber in the world. And she's over here right now. We have an audience. My husband's over here, and her roommate's on the floor waving at us playing Toontown.
Queen.
And Loey's brother is here.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to get on video with her. I adore her, and I wanted to talk about some paranormal stuff. So yeah, I did not find her from all that, but then I went back and I watched all the, well, not all of them, but a lot of your old videos.
I love that.
And I love the video that you just recently did about the company that diet pills that stole your images.
Oh, and Peter already has the scoop on the part 2 of that,
the part 2. So but she's got to do that. That's an interesting story. Very
interesting story to say the least. So,
and what I loved about it was it wasn't so much like when we were just standing around talking. Can I just tell you my perception? Can I say my perception?
Course,
okay. So if you guys don't know, Loey found out that somebody had. I mean, this is the drama. This is all the drama. All the tea.
You don't know what you don't know.
You can't do that to me because then I forget it. If you don't know what you don't know, is a lie.
It's a lie.
Okay. So.
I'm a fan. Am I like proving that?
She like, oh my God, I died. We were sitting here and she was like, well, when you were talking about this video and this, but it was really weird staying here because like she knows like everybody and she's like, and just I realized like how small this whole community is out here and stuff like that. But
well, especially with LA YouTubers, like we all just sort of like, we're all very, even if we don't know each other very well, it's like we see each other out and it's kind of like, oh, hey, it's almost like, you know, if you had a coworker in an office that you're not like super close with, you still acknowledge them and you're still like, hey, what's up? Like, so we all, it's weird. I feel like I wasn't really even much into like the YouTube scene. Like I didn't have a lot of like YouTube friends. Hey Nikita, where are you? There she is. But when I moved to LA, like I feel like I think you inevitably start like meeting everybody, so.
Well, and you're so sweet. I mean, she literally didn't shit talk anybody. I was like, shit talk somebody, I want to know the tea. She didn't though. So what was funny was that like I had found her from the paranormal videos.
Yes.
An old friend had like introduced me to your videos, and so I started watching them and followed you, and I was like, I love her. And I know that was a couple years ago. And then
that's so crazy.
Yeah, and so then I started watching you, and you've been doing some of the paranormal stuff already.
Yeah.
And then you were doing videos with Haley and then Andrew.
I love that. I love that you like know like the Soul Sibling Squad. Like that's like my like team. Like we go ghost hunting and stuff. You can join. You can be like the 4th soul sibling. I went to a paranormal investigation to a serial killer in Indiana. I was telling her about that, and she's like, I was like floored. I was like, when can I go? Like I want to go so bad.
So we're setting up the stage here at 6 minutes and 42. This is why people like, they're like, your intros are so long. Oh, sorry. Now you understand, don't you? Did I hurt you?
No. We smacked fans.
Was that a dangerous fan flip? Okay. So I said, I want to talk about the paranormal on here. I asked her, I said, what was like the very first paranormal thing that ever happened?
Yeah.
And then one of the things that, we've like had a really sweet conversation. In fact, her brother looked over at us and he goes, what did he say?
He just looks over at us and like, you guys are so cute.
So we were talking, and her father passed away 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And my mom passed away 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't be talking about her as much. But I think when you go through something like that, like with a parent, it's like it impacts you so much. And so we were sitting here talking, and I said, what was the very first like paranormal thing that ever happened? She started saying, I said, well, save it for the video. That's really good. But share the story, because it's so
really
good.
Quickly, I want to say, like, this isn't like super on topic, but I hope that you know, I made a video talking about like the day that my dad died. And I only did it because I saw your video talking about the day that your mom died. Like I think I said it in the video. It was like, I filmed it like a year to the day that my dad passed away too. And I didn't realize how like cathartic it was going to be, and how therapeutic it was going to be, and how like talking through that day was gonna like mean so much to me. But yeah, I didn't know if you'd even seen that. So well,
and you have to realize when you make that video, you're helping somebody else. And that's really, I think, like, I'm so big into the whole idea of storytelling. And like storytelling is just like sharing our story or our truth. Because when you share it, even if it just impacts one person, like
it impacts one person, and then they can impact another and another. But I think that, you know, now stories like this where it's like my dad was like the main character in it, you know, so to speak, it's like so special to me now because I get to like think back on him and everything.
She keeps on telling me I look like her dad. I walked in and her and her brother were like,
I'm telling you, because I showed my brother you like literally like a year ago, because I'm a fan. I don't know what you want, like I'm a fan. And
tell me more. Please tell me more.
And I was like,
you're my only fan in LA, so.
Actually, I'm one of two. One of three. So
bring Nikita up here too.
Nikita, come back, girl. No, my brother, like, you look so much like him. It's so weird. But no, like my first ever paranormal experience, and I haven't really like told this story in
I love that it takes place in this deep south of Georgia.
I know, like the deep south.
She was telling us all about growing up in Georgia and stuff. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's like, we lived in a town called, I don't even know if I've said this online. I grew up in a town called Americus, Georgia. And people are always like, yeah, America, Georgia, I get it, like where? And I'm like, no, Americus. It's like very deep south in Georgia. It's a very old town. And our house was like, oh my God, from like the 1800s or something like that. It was, or something like that. That sounds so like airheady. But Peter doesn't edit. So I'm just like, I'm just kidding.
I go, girl, you know I don't edit. She's like, what, you really don't edit it? I go, no, it's like beginning. She goes, what if you get halfway through the video and you say something, girl, it's there. That's why it's bit me in the ass many times.
That's so cool. No, like, so I lived in the very deep south of Georgia, and it was before my brother had been born. So I was under like the age of 4. I can't like pinpoint the exact time. And if I could call my dad, I would, because he like knew this story by heart. He always said that this was the moment where he was like, he hadn't believed in ghosts, and then this like was kind of one of those moments where he was just like, okay, like I can't even deny like what's happening in front of me. So I was in like our living room, and he was like reading the paper or something in his chair, and that he always sat in, and he said that I started talking to something above the fireplace. Like, imagine the fireplace is here, and my eyes were like up, you know, like looking at something. And so it was either really tall or like floating, you know? And so I start babbling away to this thing, and he's kind of thinking it's just little kid talk, like baby talk. I'm just babbling. And I say, oh, hi, Colonel, it's so nice to meet you. And that's when he kind of looked over.
Creepy,
he looked over and he was like, Colonel, like, that girl does not know that word. And he's just like, now he's starting to listen. And he said I had a conversation with this thing, like above the fireplace for God knows how long, just babbling about my life, about, oh, I love my mom, I love my dad, I love my toys, like telling it all about my life. And then at one point he's just watching this happen, like not sure, like, is this an imaginary friend? Like over and over thinking to himself, why did she say the word Colonel? That doesn't make any sense. And then finally I get very upset and like I say out loud, no, please don't leave, Colonel, I want you to stay. And he was just like chills all over his body. And then I said, okay, well, I'll see you later. And then I go back to like what I'm doing. And like that was like my first ever, like that's the first thing that they ever told me, but that house was so haunted. Like things would just fly off of shelves. And I told you the town and
her brother said that too. He was sitting there, he was like, yeah. It happened at our church and it happened at the house.
The church that we used to go to, I talked about this, but like the church that we went to at the time was so haunted too. I talked about some stories there, but like the pastor, or is it called a pastor? It was an Episcopalian church, so I guess it would be a pastor. I know other places are like, they call it different things, like a preacher, a pastor, like whatever. Is it? Oh, well, this guy did exorcisms. So like
Toontown.
Toontown.
She said she's watching Toontown.
I hear my dad works in a healing church and he was a priest, so you gotta be
oh, okay. Did he do exorcisms?
He did not know, the bishop.
Well, for some reason, his name was Father Gunn. And he performed exorcisms, and my dad was suddenly very curious he was suddenly very curious in the paranormal at this point, and kind of would ask like here and there. He would ask, you know, so like, what about this? Like, what about this? Is this real? And Father Gunn would always say, let's talk of happier things. He did not talk
Why'd you like that
about, he did not talk about the paranormal. He did not address it. He did not. Things would literally, we would be in sermons at this church and everyone at the church knew. You would hear something and it would make no sense. Like my mom would be playing organ and something would just fly off of the organ, or like, you know, things would move. Like we had like this huge gold cross. I feel like I'm like taking over the story now.
No,
I get so excited talking about it. There was this huge gold cross, and one night my dad was like alone in the church and it just like fell. Like, and it was like this huge massive weighted gold cross, and it was just like someone just like pushed it over. And it was so heavy.
Scary.
Right? So there was a lot of like, I'm like talking with my fan, but there was a
People
lot of.
want to know why I do it, that's why.
It's like so comforting, I love it. I did that one really well. Did you see that? Oh no, I can't recreate it.
You can keep it. Sure.
No! Don't tell me that.
No, you can keep it.
Oh my God.
I mean, y'all have enough James Charles sweatshirts in this house. Everything you're wearing is James Charles' sisters on there, so you can have a fan.
We have a Peter Monn fan now too. Peter Monn fan and Nikita
And we have
Dragon,
Nikita Dragon.
the queen, the icon of our century. I feel so bad because she's not like aging well. Like these
There's my
balloons are,
thumbnail,
like,
look at it, here. Throw up the peace sign, look, deuces.
Do you leave it in there?
Yeah, oh yeah. Honey, that's my thumbnail right there. That's why people tweet me. You have the, I get tweets all the time. People are like, your thumbnails suck. I'm like, I know they do.
And it's like titled like,
I don't give a shit. I'm 26 years old. I'm on YouTube. Get over it. I'm having the time of my life. I'm having the time of my life.
Oh, I love that. Paranormal story time. And that's like our thumbnail. No, but.
So anyway,
yeah.
Okay, so as a young child,
Yeah.
did you have a lot of paranormal stuff happen?
Yeah, so I don't actually, people always ask me that, like, when was the point that you were like, that's like a huge question where people are like, when did you start believing in the paranormal? And there was never like a point in my like childhood that I didn't, because I went from that house to a string of homes, you know, throughout Georgia, and then eventually we moved into, hands down, like one of the most haunted, like the most haunted houses in the nation. Like I would put money on it. Like it was this farmhouse, not really, see, you don't edit, so I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Not really in rural Georgia, but like, I mean, kind of. Like, it was like a farmhouse, you know, we had like chickens in our backyard. Like our landlords raised cows and chickens for Chick-fil-A and,
Chickens for Chick-fil-A! I'm a vegetarian!
I'm sorry. I'll see myself out. But
yeah, do you have a farm? Because your brother was saying he takes care of the animals.
no, I don't have a farm. I just have a lot of animals in Georgia. A lot of animals.
They are so, like, I just have to tell you, One of the things that is like, I guess I don't know why this surprises me, but what's a little bit different is that one of my biggest perceptions, like just having kind of talked to you on Twitter and then seeing you in person, is like her brother literally sat here and played video games. He was so sweet. And it's like, you are so just like,
I just like being around
you're
people.
so relatable. Like, I mean, this is literally like, I feel like we've just been sitting here tonight. Like, I'm over at a friend's house, so.
I mean, oh, you are, obviously, but like.
Nikita's, I'm over at Nikita's.
Nikita's.
Thoughtland, is that what it was called?
Thoughtland. Oh my god, I just literally showed, oh, I'm so sorry. I just like brought in her like balloon vagina.
Honey, it's a balloon. Okay, I think it's okay. It's a balloon.
But, by the way, you guys, Nikita just didn't take the balloon home. So London, we were several drinks in. I'm sorry.
They stole it.
We stole it.
So don't come for
Sorry,
me,
I
Nikita.
tore it off the wall and everything.
Yeah, we like.
Nikita said she was gonna do a video with me while I was out here, but she just said that she was a little busy getting ready for Fashion Week, so she couldn't do it. So.
My fan has been found
So
out.
Nikita, we had to bring you. I had to do the collab with Nikita some way anyway, but I
thank
so
God
people
we
get
got
busy.
her.
At least she got back to me. I thought that was sweet. You know?
Yeah, she's a sweet girl. We like Nikita.
Even though she refers to herself as what?
What is?
What's that? That hoe over there? Is that what that stands for?
Oh, is it? Oh my god, is Thought has a. Wait, Thought is an annotation? That over there?
Oh, sweet.
Oh my god!
Are you serious, Loey?
Are you just eating a piece of cheese?
Teacher, this girl. Let me tell you what she has eaten. She has been eating a Captain Crunch peanut butter stuff.
Half
she said
of
she
the
missed
cookies.
half a cookies. Yeah, we're gonna have to. We should have postmated something. That should have been the video.
That should have been.
Okay. So
Okay,
we
we're
gotta
getting for the first time.
Stop making fun
Oh my god, those were those baby bells. That's what I use.
like watching Toontown. Like, what do you want?
She's not on Toontown. She's a lion. This video is
She's
all
just
over
been
the place.
watching us film.
Okay,
I'm
so
not watching Toontown.
okay, we have to do this. This is what back in the day
Okay.
there was this reporter. Her name was Jessica Savage, and
And
she would go like this to get herself up. No, several times. Okay, so what is the one place that you? Wait, am I at 17 minutes already? Oh my god. What is the one place you've always wanted to investigate? You've never investigated. Now I asked her this, and I said, "Don't tell me."
Yeah.
Okay.
The Stanley Hotel. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've.
So I have a
always
really
loved
good
it.
friend that lives in Denver. He and his
Really?
husband, and they go up there for vacation. So this is where The Shining took place.
Right. Well, I mean, so I think Stephen King based it
Correct,
off
yeah,
of, like,
yeah.
that was like the hotel that The Shining was like based on.
The Stanley
But
Hotel is like the real
it
thing.
is
Yeah.
so haunted. Like, I've seen people's like paranormal investigations there, like, and they are terrifying. Like, people will use those like little metal rods. I don't know
Let's
if
do
you've
it.
ever
Let's
seen
meet up there and do it.
Yes. Oh my god. I don't even tempt me.
No, seriously.
That
Let's
is.
take a weekend and do it.
I would die. That's like my dream. Will you come with me?
Can I come?
Only
Yes,
in Toontown.
only a Toontown.
Alright, I'm feeling very attacked right now.
And Alex will come, and because I have family in Denver anyway, so I want to go out there. So we could do that and then go up there. It'd be beautiful.
That would be really. I would love that, and I think your viewers would love that too.
Yeah,
They would
so-
love that.
Yeah, they said
You'll go.
Yay!
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna go to the Stanley Hotel, and we're gonna do. Do you think do they still have the maze and all that kind of stuff? Is that even there?
I don't know. I know that the grounds is like huge. I haven't see, I want to be kind of surprised when I go there, so I haven't done too much research. I've just seen people's paranormal investigations there,
that.
and the energy there is just like not good energy. It's like intense though. Like, I watched somebody who his name is Nightmare Expo on YouTube, but I think he changed it to Nexpo. It's like he shortened it like Thought.
Yeah.
And sorry.
What did you think it was?
I don't know.
When you went to her, I just want to know, okay? So Nikita Dragon had a birthday party at, is it like a bar? Is that a bar? Or what was
I
it?
don't
Is this
know
what she
it
called
was.
the party?
It was just like a venue.
But she went to, I don't think that resembles Nikita Dragon at all. In fact, it
It
looks like
doesn't.
that puppet from back in the day called
It looks
Adam.
really cute when it was all inflated, and now it doesn't. Nikita, you're way hotter than this girl.
Okay, so
God bless that balloon artist.
where did you think you were at Top
I don't
Land?
know. I was like, oh, Topland, like tater tots. I don't know.
Hotland?
No, of course I just didn't know that thought meant something. I thought it just meant like hoe. Like,
Oh!
that's all I thought it meant.
There goes my demonetization.
Oh no! I say?
Who cares?
I mean gardening.
Okay, so of
So, yeah,
all
that's my
places,
dream
that's your
place.
dream place.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that. Okay,
Yes,
I'm serious.
I love that. I'm serious.
You said it on video.
Okay, let's make you promise.
Okay. Okay.
Can you make you promise? Okay.
Because all these people promise shit, but then it never happens.
We'll bring Haley and Andrew too.
Let me just tell you, this girl right here, her response, like if you text her, you might be lucky if you get a text about 12 hours later, okay? Like serious true story.
But I texted back.
You
I didn't
did,
leave
you
you on
did.
red. I think that's just LA YouTubers. I don't know what's wrong with us.
I said that to her and she's like, oh, that's totally LA. Okay, of all the places you've ever investigated.
Oh, we're almost at, it's gonna shut off in a second, just so
It's
you know.
gonna, honey, I vlog every night.
Oh.
In case you don't know, I have a vlog. I have 3 minutes left. So, this is a long video.
Yeah, I love that though.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't come all the way out here for nothing.
You didn't come out here for a 10-minute, like a mid-roll or two. You came out here for that 20-minute.
I didn't come out here for you, actually, but no.
I love that. I love that.
I tried to do videos with so many people, and it's like, people are like, oh my god, I'm so busy. And then they post pictures of them sitting around the house with their cats and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, you're real busy.
Did you ever see that episode of, who was it? Who was it? Somebody, it was some late night talk show. And like, oh, it was James Corden, right?
Yeah.
Is that his name? And Kylie Jenner was supposed to come, and then only Kendall came, and then on air, he was like, so Kylie said she was sick, and then he showed like a paparazzi photo of her out and about looking just fine. And he was like, so how is she feeling?
I feel like that's totally my experience in LA. So
yeah, that's you're like, oh, here you are.
It's okay.
Hi.
I've had fun though. We've had a blast.
Yeah, I'm so glad. We had so much fun.
Okay, so of all the places that you've ever investigated, what was the one that when you were sitting there, first of all, I walked in here, she was talking about energy, and I was like, there's really good energy in here. Like, this place is really positive energy. And she goes, over there, and I go, right over there. I was just gonna say that. Yeah. We're so, like, connected.
I love that. It's just like sisters. Hi, sisters.
Sisters. Hi, sisters.
No, like I always feel like I have energy around me in general, but I always feel like if there's like an overwhelming like positive energy, I'm like, oh, that's just my dad, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
but like
I do that with my mom too.
Oh my god, he is so present.
Like protected light kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has, like, it's so weird since he passed away, like, and I've said this before, like, and I don't mean to be disrespectful in any capacity, but like, as much as it's like, no, he's not physically here, I feel him so much that I feel like a lot of the times, like, as much as I miss him physically, I never like miss him completely, because I feel like he's just all, like, I can feel him constantly.
Well, I'm always respectful of people that don't believe in that stuff, but I'll say the weird thing as a very spiritual person is that there's so many times that I can feel, there's so many times that I don't feel my mom around that I know when I do. Does that make sense?
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Like, that I wish she was around, and I'm like, I don't feel anything.
Yeah. So for a long time, like, I felt like my dad, like, wouldn't ever communicate with me, so to speak. He would only talk through friends. They would like psychic friends would like get messages, and like they always made so much sense. And then more recently, I feel like I've been able to hear things more. As much as that might make me sound like Cocoa Puffs, like I feel like I can hear.
No, I like that. Well, maybe you needed to hear it through somebody else.
I 100% to believe it. Yeah. So, wait, what was the question?
Your eyes are so green. I could just sit here, we've sat here all day. My husband, I think, is getting quite hungry at this time. Okay, hold on, I gotta stop the camera really quick, so hold on. Yes, girl, I leave it in. She's like, do you leave it? Yes, I leave it in. I don't edit my videos.
I love it. I feel like I'm so much more
How do you
animated
get 5 videos? How do you get 5? Don't you?
This energy, I'm animated. This is good.
See, Nikita, you should have done the video.
Is fun. I don't know where y'all have been.
Listen, okay, I cannot tell you how many people I reached out to and how many people, how did I say it earlier? They respectfully declined. They did. Like, so many people were like, oh, no, I'm trying to stay away from drama. Now y'all can guess who those people are. But they were very nice about it. They really were. Some of them were at the birthday party the other night, so we won't talk about all that. Anyway, okay, so I said, where was the, that must have been a birthday party. What was the paranormal place that you went to that, like, while you were there, you were like, there's nothing here. Like, this is totally just BS. The one experience where I didn't feel anything, and it sucks because, like, it was all on video, and it was, like, me and my friends there, and, like, we literally felt nothing. It was, and I feel like you would have a different answer because you went to the Roosevelt. Is that a Cartier love ring?
Yeah.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, let me see it. We almost got those for our wedding, for our anniversary.
Really?
Oh my god, I love them.
I took them off before we started filming because I feel weird wearing them on camera.
Oh my god.
I feel weird wearing them.
They're beautiful.
They're really pretty.
Look at my husband. My husband just looked up. He just went.
What kind of pretentious person buys a Cartier ring?
I'm a piece of crap. I'm sorry.
What kind of pretentious person sits on the floor and plays Toontown?
I'm saying that because I have them.
She has them both too. That's why she says it. She's like, who wears a Cartier ring? No, so like it was this hotel in New York, and I can't think of the name of it now. It was in Long Island, and it was like an 1800s hotel. And when I tell you nothing happened, like nothing happened. We could not get anything through the spirit box. We couldn't get anything through like any of our means of communication. But then we went back to our hotel room, and it was supposedly the haunted one. And for some reason there, I felt a very like, very overwhelming like negative presence. What if you brought something back with you? Well, I always kind of feel like I have residual after I go to anything, but I think that's just because I'm very open. and a lot of like my viewers have told me I have to like stop being so open and I need to like protect myself. So at that particular location, I said, if you are not of God, if you are not of love and light, you don't have to like believe in God, as long as you're like.
Do you have a little prayer you say before?
Haley always.
Because I like my friend has that prayer that she says.
She always, she just kind of like. She always sort of like leads that, but I always just remind it over whoever it is or whatever it is that I'm communicating with, that if it's not of love and light, I will not talk to it. And that's why I think nothing happened.
Oh my God, you know what we should do?
What?
Go ahead.
No, I think that that's why nothing happened, because I was so adamant and I was so secure, and like if it was bad, I didn't want to talk to it. You know, Nikita just scared me over here. I just saw a little pink and I got really scared.
You scared me.
I got really scared.
But I think like you have to have a positive attitude about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you my idea in a second, but I was telling her that I did a paranormal investigation at Herb Baumeister's mansion in Indiana, and he was a serial killer that killed, they found the remains of 29 gay men, but supposedly between like 50 and 100, because he was also the I-70 killer. So we did an investigation. Me and my two friends, Aaron and Melissa, and they do all the ghost adventure stuff. So, but while I was sitting there, it's like what I realized was how sad it was, like for the victims. And now in like reading true crime and stuff, that my channel knows all about the true crime. I mean, I talk about it all the time.
We love that.
So yeah. Oh my God, she knew that. I was like, I have a book club, and she goes, I know you. Then she gave me a copy of her book. So anyway, yeah, like I look at things through the different through a different point of view now. I look at it a lot through the victims or the people that remain and their stories and respecting their stories. I look at it in a different way. I don't know, but what we should totally do is you and I should arrange a paranormal weekend to the Stanley Hotel. Haley can come.
Andrew can
come. Alex and I will come. My two friends that love paranormal investigations. She can come and bring Toontown and her Cartier and entourage of jewelry over there.
And Nikita.
And Nikita can come.
Nikita might be literally just an empty balloon by then, but she can come.
Okay, so that was your least favorite. There was nothing there. What was your absolute, like you walked in, like right out of the gate, you were like, okay, this place is truly haunted.
Oh my God, that's actually a really good question. I feel like I've been blessed in the sense that I've had so many really, really, really good paranormal places, but I will tell you one that hit really close to home, and I've never said this online. I did a video at the Milledgeville Asylum, and part of it is closed.
Where is that?
So it's in Georgia.
Okay.
Part of it is closed, but part of it is still open, and I did not realize until after I left that my mom had been admitted there.
Really?
At one point.
Oh my God.
Like, it was like such a like, oh, like, and I've like never said that online.
I wonder if that's why you had such a strong connection like with
her. So like when I was there, I felt it was very intense. Like, and it wasn't even that anything like crazy happened. It was just the feeling. And so I've gone back there twice now, and since then I feel like I've kind of become a better investigator, so to speak, as like silly as that may sound. Like I feel like I'm more in tune. I feel like I know what questions to ask that like elicit responses. I also just like use more tools than I used to back then, but ever since I don't know why I didn't realize, I was just so young when it happened that like I think it just didn't click in my brain like where it was. But yeah, so I feel like if I go back, like just because of like the things that she told me about it and like everything, like it's intense.
What's your favorite tool to use?
My favorite.
I'm doing the sticks because those are my favorite.
I like the sticks. They sort of scare me when it's happening because I don't mess with Ouija boards.
No,
because the idea of a Ouija board and something using you to like move something around, I don't have a similar feeling with the sticks. It's just that once they start moving, I'm like, you can't explain it.
I was told with Ouija boards this. Okay, I know everybody loves Ouija boards because of the movies and stuff, but I was told that if spirit wanted to come through, it would just come through. You didn't need to like pull it through. Right. So if you're pulling it through, you're probably pulling through kind of like low rent spirits that can't come through on their own, or negative energy is what I was told.
Anything come through too. And
but I love those sticks, and they always for me go whoop, like that. It's so scary.
It's really intense, and I think that that's one of the ones where like I still have a bit of a spiritual ego where it's like to an extent I still sometimes if things get too scary I like to
I'm stealing that spiritual ego. I like that.
I think Haley told me that too. So it's like sometimes it scares me so much if it's so real and I can't explain it away that I'm like, oh, like I kind of like want an excuse to explain it away. But for me, my favorite thing right now, believe it or not, I'll show it to you. You're gonna get so scared from it. It is, I like the spirit box because I feel like it's all radio signals and there's no room to be like, okay, well that was a fluke, you know? It's not like a sound bank. It's all from like random radio stations and spirit has to use it and pull through and communicate that way. But I just got choked up. Recently I started using this app on my phone. It's called...
Oh, I saw, yes.
I did that today. It's called Necrophonic. Basically, it is a sound app. And the spirits have to like basically use the sounds and the phonics to make words. So when it happens, it's just like you just kind of like, because it's like, it's not random. It's not pulling from anything. It is a sound bank and they have to use it and form words. So the responses I've gotten through that have been...
Like what are some of the things they say?
Like...
Postmates is ready!
It's like... He's like, your Chipotle's downstairs.
Your Chipotle's downstairs.
Wait, where's my phone? I can show it to you. You want me to show it to you really quick?
You may pause it?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, pause it. I can.
Okay, so anyway, she's just showing how, it's been a second, okay? We've been kind of just sitting here talking and stuff, so. Okay, Necrophonic.
So,
I cannot believe that it has taken me all of this time on YouTube to get a sponsored video, which she cannot believe I'm not getting sponsored videos, but this video is sponsored by the application Necrophonic.
They're paying us.
Necrophiliac, where you can find dead people.
It's actually a dating app.
It's a dating app for those of you that might enjoy the cemetery a little bit too. You might live in America's Georgia?
America's Georgia.
So if you didn't know, this is not sponsored.
If you don't know what you don't know, which is
But Necrophonic, if you'd like to sponsor my videos, reach out to me, please.
So I'm just gonna warn you in advance. This is not like for the faint of heart. It's very creepy. So basically with this app, and if for a long time, this is not sponsored. They probably do not want to be affiliated with me. But basically the whole thing behind this is it is a sound bank. But you can use different settings on it. It has echo, it has reverb, it has white noise. I like to use the echo because it helps like me to hear a little bit better. But just so you know, it's like not, are you ready for this, husband?
He doesn't believe in any of this.
You don't believe in this?
Not whatsoever.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Lyndon. Yeah. Oh, that was creepy. I turned off the echo. See, it's quiet.
What are we
There's like nothing
what
here.
Was that?
It was just a bunch of noise. It's really quiet. It's never been that quiet. Oh.
My friend Melissa is gonna die when she sees this.
Really? I'd be really interested to hear what she
thinks. She's gonna have
thinks.
to have it.
I paid $9.99 for it. We love that. We love
Did you hear what I just said?
What?
It said forever thought.
Oh, it said and? Ooh. Why does it keep making
Why
that
does it
sound?
remind me of the beginning of American Horror Story?
It literally is.
Yeah.
The beginning. I'm just like proving it's on so people don't think you like added it. Oh, it said uncle.
You know what you should do?
What's that?
Oh my god. You should just start a YouNow or a YouTube channel and you
That's
can sit there
all
and
I
just
do.
hold it. Like that's it.
Peter? Ew! Wait, I like accidentally
She turned it off.
Ah!
Put it back on. Shane Dawson, conspiracy. Shane Dawson, put us in your conspiracy video.
Are there even any like paranormal YouNowers?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh man.
There's always
I
a
could have
bunch
like
of
really
them.
started the industry, but
I really did give you this here.
Oh.
So, anything, okay, is there any other questions I want to answer? That was kind of a scary app. So you just sit here and listen to it?
Oh no, I don't do any of this in my own, that's the first time I've ever turned it on in my own space. So I don't like ever.
She's looking for something to eat.
I'm hungry.
Postmated, I've never postmated. My husband's like, yes.
You've never postmated, I'm dead.
That's so
Okay,
weird.
did you just hear that noise?
Yeah, what was that? Christian, was that you?
Oh my god.
What did you say?
Oh.
Wait, what did you say?
Never a dull moment. Listen, if you come to LA, look up Loey because it is never a dull moment. Do you want to put your face in here since you've been in the? This is Loey's roommate, London.
This is my room, and they were roommates.
And they were roommates.
Now you want to do this?
Add me on Toontown.
And you have a YouTube channel,
I do.
It's London, Victoria.
London, Victoria, and I will.
Get my
dance
watch
now.
time up.
And I will put. And my husband
How
does
do you
not
do
have a YouTube channel.
I'm
Do
just
you want to come over here for it too? Come over here.
Oh my god, a party!
We're gonna have a party on the couch, and then I will put both of their channels
He gave us
below.
this one. Woo!
That was good.
That was a good one.
So I'm gonna get off here now. This was more like hanging out. Not so much
I know. I hope your viewers liked it though. I hope they
did
want to
too.
come subscribe to me.
So now she made me do a thumbnail for our last one, so we're gonna all imitate Loey doing a thumbnail. and
Okay,
do
we're gonna-
this,
Oh,
okay?
I get to imitate like her like thumbnails?
Yes,
Oh,
okay.
Are we gonna look serious? Or
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
hold on,
very
let me get myself
serious.
ready.
okay.
Very
Should we
serious.
do deuces while it's like
Deuces, yes. 1, 2, 3.